I saw the video that Johnny had about speaking of buckling up from the Colorado parking enforcement that gave you a call. when, I got the video probably the same time you did. When did they call you?
It was like that the same day that he posted that.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Johnny Barks pranked me. A parking prank by the state of Colorado. I'll reveal more about that after the intro. And after we talk about Tua getting benched. And after we do the playoff seeding.
Oh, baby. Ugh. We here.
Yeah.
You're in the right direction. Welcome for another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is G. Uppy. Yes. We got actually breaking news actually before GPS starts for once. Not as soon as it ends. Tua. We'll talk about Monday night's game, but Tua is getting benched.
The Dolphins have released Tua Tagovailoa.
They have not released him.
He has been cut from Miami, and you'll never see him play quarterback for that team again.
I mean, that could be true, but the benching is the only thing that happened now.
And the Chargers signed him to back up Justin Herbert. And also they signed Joe Burrow to back up. It's Herbert, Burrow, Tua.
They might be playing Tua at offensive line at some point. They're like, if we can't get QB play out of you, then we're going to have you play. Getting paid all that money. Got to do something, right? Yeah, that was... Did you watch the game on Monday?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was a rough game. Like, that was...
Okay, to be fair...
It's
the first game all season that I shut off early.
Wow.
When it was 28-3 and we're, I think I was it 28-3 in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, we got there late. Yeah.
Yeah. I turned it off because usually I was doing bedtime with Carm and I'll usually have it on with no volume just so I can keep an eye. And I said, yes, this game is over.
Yeah.
But I watched all of it up until then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you missed the wonderful clock management. Like we were like 2 minutes to go. And then McDaniel's like, I got to call all 3 timeouts. And then they didn't do anything with the ball except just waste everybody's time. It was super fun just to really drag that game out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dolphins, who were on a 4-game win streak, and they had a very small chance to make it into the postseason, especially after what happened in like the early windows on Sunday. They basically they got eliminated, a 1% chance if they just at the moment and 1% chance if they won. So it wasn't like it was going to move the needle. But oh boy, they came out looking like a wet fart. That offense could not move. And you look at Achane, right? He's kind of been like that consistent guy on the offense all season. And he's still having a very nice year despite what the Dolphins are doing. And it looked like the Dolphins that we were talking about maybe like a month and a half, 2 months ago as one of the worst teams in the league. They did get better. I got to give them credit. They did get better. They fired their GM. Greer has needed to go for quite some time. But now after Monday, they are benching Tua, which makes sense because they are eliminated from the playoffs. But yeah, his future in Miami definitely up in the air at the moment.
Yeah, well, first off, Mike McDaniel, how about you just trade Devin Achane to your favorite football team, the Denver Broncos, the team you grew up rooting for, the team you were a ball boy for. We could really use a guy like Achane for our playoff push. We'll give him back after the Broncos win the Super Bowl, but we'll trade you Devin Achane right now for a 3rd-round draft pick. But we got to do it under the table because the trade deadline's over. So you got to release him. Achan's got to say, I'm only playing for the Broncos. And then once he clears waivers, we'll pick him up. That's part one.
I don't think he'd clear waivers, though.
Oh, if he tells every team to F off, he will clear those waivers. Now, second thing.
That's not what happened with, was that Slay who wanted to play with the Eagles?
Bills have a running back. They're not going to sign him.
Okay.
Walmart's got blackmail on every team, every coach, every player, every owner. I'm not worried about it. The other part is the Dolphins actually started this game off playing very good football. The first quarter was completely scoreless.
Yep.
And it was primarily a result of the Dolphins defense playing very well.
Yes.
They got a lot of hype and talk about how well they were tackling and hitting, and they were giving the Steelers problems. The issue and the reason they're going to take a look at Quinn Ewers as well is Tua on, I think it was their second drive. They're moving down the field, and then he just throws a terrible interception to the Steelers. And I believe it was, I forget, they brought up the stat in the game, but he has thrown over a dozen interceptions to zone coverage.
It was the most in the NFL. I think it was like 15 or something.
15 or 19 or something. So, like, that was a big drive for them because if they could have finished that drive, scored a touchdown there, they also kicked the first field goal of the game, which was close to the end of the second quarter. They played almost a solid full half of football.
Almost, yes.
The Steelers get a touchdown right before halftime, which was big in that game.
Yes.
And then they come out of halftime, they score again, and they score again, and it's over. And Aaron Rodgers played, I feel like it was one of his best games of the season.
Very well.
It's shitty, really cold weather, and then he just started carving up the Dolphins secondary. The Steelers were getting things going with Gainwell in the second half, and now it's the Steelers too. They keep doing this where when they win football games, you go, you know what? They're a pretty solid football team. But then the way they lose them, you're like, this team is terrible.
That's exactly it. And they did this without TJ Watt, right? So it's like, oh man, imagine they had TJ, but I've seen them with TJ. I've seen them without TJ. And it's exactly what you said. Sometimes they show up and you're like, is this a football team? Because sometimes they look awful.
Yeah, I think like
on Monday.
They're kind of, they're almost like the Panthers of the AFC where when they're playing well, you're like their defense, great. Offense, solid. Special teams, solid. Like, this is a respectable team. But then the way they have lost, you're like, there's no way this team should be in the playoffs. And I don't know what to make of it. Yeah. But Rodgers, I think his hand's getting a little better, a little healthier. If he keeps doing what he did against Miami, and I'm not saying he will, you got to respect the Steelers. And so now, like, Miami's going to take an extended look at Quinn Ewers. It's the perfect time to do it because the headline is like Tua got benched. I think probably the way the Dolphins are framing this is we're shutting Tua down for the rest of the season.
Sure.
We're out. There's no reason to have a quarterback who has a, terrible injury history to play 3 meaningless games.
Sure.
Let's take a look at the guy we drafted who definitely has some talent. There's no risk. You get 3 games to get a good look at Quinn Ewers. And, they'll see what they do with Tua after that. But Brett had some info about if you're trying to trade Tua.
Yeah, which that would be, I don't know if they're going to find a trading partner. Yeah, I mean,
the Steelers after Aaron Rodgers retires. Like, who are you looking at here?
That would be
looking at.
That'd be something. Yeah. Because I feel they are in a similar boat with the Cardinals and Kyler Murray, right? In which you don't really know his future with the team either, and they both have some beefy contracts. So it's not a matter of like, okay, well, we could just trade them. You have to find a team that is willing to pay all of that money for the player that they have seen. And there's a reason why said teams might be getting rid of said players. So,
yeah.
It's tough, man. Yeah, I like Tua, and it feels like he's just not the guy to get them there. They had that window, right, where it was like, okay, because every year, what were you saying, Brandon? It was, okay, if Tua stays healthy, this offense could be a lot of fun to watch, right? They could be like, they had that window. It was like, oh my God, they traded for Tyreek Hill. They were so explosive. Tua would get hurt, and things would go wrong. But now that we've gotten a good look at Tua, and it's been years, and I know Tyreek Hill's hurt, but yeah, it ain't it. It's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, and we've seen Tua play well.
Sure.
But he's not really an elevator. He doesn't elevate the offense so much. I think he was effective with Mike McDaniels in that scheme, but once teams kind of learned how to defend to his strengths, he slowed down.
Yes.
And I think what would be interesting is like let's just trade Tua for Kyler straight up. I think Kyler would do pretty well in Mike McDaniel's offense, honestly. Like he would add another element because of his mobility.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same issue. It's like Tua, when he's playing in rhythm and he's getting the ball to one of his first two reads, he's very, very good.
Yep.
When that's taken away, it's when things kind of break down for him.
Yeah. So it's a tough look. So we'll see, how Quinn does, for the remaining 3 games of the season. But yeah, I mean, McDaniel, we were talking about him earlier this season of like, he's going to get fired any minute. I still feel like he saved his job, but we'll see how the rest of the season goes. I feel like he's okay though. I don't think they're going to fire him. They'll bring him back like another year, but who knows who's his starting QB is going to be.
Yeah.
They're also apparently releasing Matthew Judon.
Oh, yeah.
So, there you go.
So somebody can get... I feel like he will be a...
Patriot.
A Patriot. Go back to New England or you're going to be an Eagle. The Eagles will take anyone. Like, yeah, come over. We'll try you out for a week.
Buccaneers could use a pass rusher. They definitely could use a pass rusher. That would be nice.
The Packers?
No, the Buccaneers.
Oh, the Packers don't need one?
We do too. Yeah, we do need a pass rusher. Yeah. So, we need a few things right now.
You think Rashawn Gary can pick it up, step up?
I hope so. We'll see what LVN is able to do. So, it'll be interesting.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Broncos signing a safety. They're actually going to sign Tua.
Tua, you are our safety now.
Yep. I think that's fine.
Yeah, because the Broncos had to place Brandon Jones on IR, which is unfortunate. I was just kind of talking about it in power rankings, but like Brandon Jones doesn't get a lot of discussion on the Broncos defense. And it's mostly just because he does his fucking job really well. He's just a guy who doesn't make many mistakes. He's as solid of a safety as you can have back there. Hufanga's been the story all season because Hufanga's all over the field. They play him up in the box. Like, he's everywhere. And he makes plays over and over again. And Brandon Jones was a big add when they brought him in from Miami. Really helped the secondary right away. So losing him is a big deal. He just doesn't get a lot of notoriety for being just a really solid player back there. So we'll see what the Broncos do. They got PJ Locke.
Ryder,
I don't know.
I don't know if they're saving Aaron Rodgers for that tush push play because they don't run it that well. And I think it might be just I'm gonna relax, man. Yep, I'm just gonna hands in pocket. Like, man, if you are getting paid per play, easiest money ever. You just stand back there, hands in the pocket. Yep, that guy right there. Yep. Hey, guys, why don't you run it forward? Okay, cool. Or they don't get it, like, because they went it for the first time and they did not get it, and then they got it the second time. So,
like, why is he even on the field?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Like, I feel like if he's just gonna do that, you could put another guy out there that might help. And maybe they're setting it up for a trick play where he's back there.
That's what Ryder's saying, but I don't know.
Right?
If that's the biggest 5D chess.
Oh, shit.
Like, guys, we didn't think you were going to make the playoffs. Who are you saving this for? Like, just in case we did.
Yeah. So I did not read that super chat. You're right. You're right. You get the credit. I apologize.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Troy Aikman, he was in awe of Rodgers just sitting there standing there on the tush push. He's like, look, he's doing nothing.
No.
Like, this is amazing. He just stands there and watches.
Yep. And it counts as a snap. It counts in the books. Bernie got a 50.
Well, Indy 2213, you're going to have to watch later today to see who that wheel takes down. But I have taken I've already spun it, but I have taken your note.
Oh, you've already spun. How many times you spin it?
Just one.
How many teams got cursed?
Just one.
Okay. I forgot Gardner Minshew's eating a booger after that clip. What a time.
I'm going to have to remember that when we play Gardner on Christmas.
Speaking of the Rams, have you seen this stuff with Puka lately?
Oh, he was on some live stream.
So there's a couple things. So I don't know why I keep on seeing stuff related to Puka, but so I think this was from this past week. He went live in the locker room in the post game. It wasn't in the Lions game. I think it was in the game before that, if I'm not mistaken. And he had teammates coming over and he's like, dude, get off live. Like, you're not supposed to go live in the locker room. And the first thing he goes, he's like, oh, I'm not. And he's like, I'm watching you right now. Like, you are, and he was live. And then he gets yelled at again by another teammate. And he's like, there's no one in here, so it's totally fine. So that was like, okay, it's a little weird, a little bit odd. Then I just saw a clip that, with Aiden Ross, where he's talking about the refs, which who doesn't talk about the refs? And it just seems like a very odd medium for Puka to go on, because apparently Aiden Ross tried to get into the Rams facility and they were like, no, you can't, because who are you? And then second thing is we have a big game against the Seahawks, so we're not allowing anybody in. It just feels very odd. That a whole Puka seems to be doing things not related to football. And it's okay, phenomenal football player, but interesting side missions that he is on right now.
Oh, 100%. I'm like, the refs are the worst. They're just some of the
refs are the worst. Agree. Okay, so far you got me. You got me, Puka.
And they want to be on TV too, bro. The game is, you don't think he's texting his friends in the group chat yo, you guys just saw me Sunday Night Football? That was no way. That wasn't PI. But I called it.
That wasn't PI, but I called it. Who are you talking about? Riley Moss, Puka? You talking about Riley Moss, Puka? Yeah, he's going to get fined for that.
Yep.
He is going to get 100% fined for that.
My dude is these are McVay can't be thrilled about this.
I think it's a non-issue because Puka delivers every single week. He is arguably one of, if not the best wide receivers in football. He's top 3. Regardless of the week, it's either him, JSN, or Jamar Chase when Jamar Chase has a quarterback that is, on the field throwing to him. But I think it only becomes a thing if he drops a big pass, right? Or he doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
He has an off game. And this is a good week to have an off game.
If the Seahawks beat him.
The Seahawks actually, I think, in terms of defending the pass against the Rams, held them to the fewest passing yards all season. This year, it was 130 passing yards for Stafford the last time the two teams played. The Rams won, but this is a really good week for this to backfire for Puka.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Again, I agree with what he's saying about the refs.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's rigged. But I don't think they actually want to be on TV.
I don't think that's the thing. I think they would like to get paid a good amount of money.
I think they do try and piss me off specifically. Yeah, so. I think that's a personal thing. But
best place for Joe Burrow to go? Home. Just home.
Yeah.
Man's made money. The best place. KOC would love to have him, but 9 has been doing well.
Yeah.
I feel like best case scenario. I mean,
Arizona, after they trade away Kyler Murray and get those extra draft picks.
they still have Penix, but like him on the Falcons would be fun, throwing a Drake London and stuff like that. Kyle Pitts, we'd be all the way back.
Kansas City Chiefs could use a good quarterback these days.
That's tough. What if Gardner Minshew beats you on Christmas?
I don't care.
You're like, I don't. Whatever.
I don't care. I'm the only game I care about the Jags game, and if the Broncos beat the Jags, then yeah, I'll be bummed if they don't beat the Chiefs, because if they beat the Jags and the Chiefs, I believe they can rest their starters that final week. They don't have to play everybody.
Yeah.
So
true. Oh, yeah, Cornfield. So that was a few weeks ago where it came out that Brandon Aiyuk, right? Like they were going to be looking to cut him at the end of the year. And they also are like not having to pay him the guaranteed money. It just feels like they're just done with each other, because when they asked Shanahan, he's like, I haven't seen him. I haven't talked to him. So
yeah, that situation is bizarre.
It's
because
very weird.
Aiyuk got paid, right?
Yes,
like you usually see this shit happening when a guy's trying to get paid.
Sure.
And obviously it was a whole thing to get his contract done. He wasn't happy. There was all the holdout stuff or whatever was going on. Then he got paid. You're like, all right, cool. He's very good. You want him on that offense. And then he got hurt. You're like, that sucks.
Yep.
And everybody assumed, once he rehabbed, he would be back out there. And then to ghost a team basically while you're rehabbing,
it's weird.
After you got paid, it's hard to defend Brandon Aiyuk. And it would be nice to know maybe more info or what his side of it is. But at the moment, he looks just like a giant jerk.
Yeah, I mean, and there was issues before he got paid though, too, because we were going through this saga already. So I feel like it is
he wasn't rehabbing with he wasn't showing up.
Yeah, he wasn't showing up to stuff.
I'm sure he's rehabbing on his own, but
it's just a situation where, yes, Aiyuk looks terrible. Right. And for the 49ers, it's kind of also like, what the hell, man? Like, we gave you the money, right? Like, after that saga, it was like, where's Brandon Aiyuk going? Where is he going? Oh, well, he's finally staying with the 49ers. And then this happens. And then he's going to go and, be with some other team now next year. Just a weird scenario, man.
Yeah.
Like, they just doesn't want to be there. I don't know.
Yeah. Were the Chiefs eliminated, though?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I think they were. They were.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. He's got talent,
and the part it's what's I would imagine for the Niners, what's infuriating is just showing up and being there, and then doing your physical therapy or whatever. That is the bare minimum of what's required of a player. He's not half the season. It's not like he has to be super attentive on the game plan, going over all the film and he just needs to show the hell up and show that he's trying to get better.
Wide receivers, there's some times where wide receivers just go through some things and they're just like, you know what? Now I am going to make this the worst environment possible.
It's the greatest cliche that is proven correct every single season.
Yep. It really is. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's
the next thing we're going to find out about Aiyuk is that he just got Cardi B pregnant again.
Oh, there you go. Is that what happened? I'm so out of that loop. So
no, Stephon Diggs.
Oh, Stephon Diggs. Yeah, I didn't think they were together.
But now it's Aiyuk pregnant.
Oh, okay. All right.
You got somebody pregnant. Maybe he got Phillip Rivers pregnant. I don't know.
Maybe. Natural family planning,
Yeah.
Too little, too late.
That's the sequel to the movie Junior I want to see. Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger was pregnant? That was the plot for the film?
Yes.
Junior 2, but it's Phillip Rivers instead of Schwarzenegger, and Rivers is pregnant. I think it works.
Okay.
That's
what Perna just said before. Just do a swap. Just be like, there you go, guys. It's fine. It's just all comes out.
Let's see which one of you quarterbacks actually sucks.
At one point, there were 3 left-handed QBs starting this year, and now 2 are benching. They're all done.
Yeah, there's something wrong with left-handed QBs. Makes me sick. Left-handed people make me sick.
Makes me sick part.
And Tua's he wasn't born left-handed. I believe his father made him learn to throw left-handed. And you're like,
Correct.
You know what? Maybe feels right. He'd have a little more arm strength. Maybe it's his dominant hand throwing the football.
Just try. Why not? Oh, there you go, Perna.
How do you even say that? How do we say it?
Umamasumi?
Umamasumi?
That's my guess. I don't.
Umamasumi. Umama, don't sue me. Mama, don't sue me again.
Oh, they went up, Benny! For the kitty. What are your thoughts on the Panthers making the postseason and season overall? I think people will be upset if we don't make it, but I think the season was very successful for us in the long run. Also, should the Panthers try and get Dable as our OC? Ooh, that'd be interesting, Dable as the OC. I feel like for the Panthers, there is obvious improvement from where you were last year, but depending on how they finish off the season, they got a big game against the Buccaneers. Then they're going to have another big game with the Buccaneers to end the season. I feel like it's going to be disappointing if they are not either insanely competitive or they wind up making it into the postseason. Because the one thing about the Panthers that has been really good is like Bryce Young has played well at times. You found this run game, but it's been that consistency, right? The consistency hasn't been put together. Like Tedorowick McMillan is doing really well. So I agree that it's a successful season, but I will say if they wind up like getting swept by the Buccaneers, then I think it's going to kind of be like, oh, all right. It's not the way you wanted to finish the year.
Yeah. You got to make some moves this offseason. The Buccaneers and Panthers are 2 very frustrating teams right now. Yes. I hate when you've got a very winnable division. You've got these 2 teams that are competing, and with chances to assert themselves, they both lose football games the same week.
Yeah.
And I've got nothing against Carolina or Tampa. I like both of those teams. There's a lot of things that I find intriguing about the Panthers. I'm rooting for Bryce Young the same way I'm rooting for Baker Mayfield. But yeah, it's like they don't want to do it. They don't really feel like they want to be in the playoffs.
If worms had machine guns, then birds wouldn't be scared of them.
Yeah, they wouldn't. Those birds.
Birds, they'd be scared. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I feel like it's just how is these last 3 weeks going to go? You know, if they split with the Buccaneers and still wind up like don't make it.
One of you teams got to sweep them. Just sweep that other team.
Well, here's the thing, dude. Like I think that the Buccaneers had because I agree that we talked about this on Monday. Yeah. The Buccaneers, right? They seem like they're getting healthy. They have some more weapons, like ready to go. But they suffered the more embarrassing loss on Thursday against a team that had 19 penalties and is starting Kirk Cousins. And I know that the Panthers lost to the Saints, but at least the Saints are on a bit of a heater right now. Sure, they've won 4 games and half of those are against the Carolina Panthers. It's not ideal, but they beat the Buccaneers too. So
Tyler Shuck, he's playing, he's balling.
Yeah, but it's tough. It's tough. We'll see kind of what they look like. Yeah, Saints, Jets, man. Let's go, Shuck. Just shuck those draft picks. That's it.
Huck it and shuck it.
Do we want to talk about playoff scenarios? Because we got a whole bunch of them for this upcoming week.
Yeah, we should.
I put that link in that rundown.
Yeah, we said we would talk about it.
In the rundown.
You know what, guys? We're going to do it.
We're going to do it. We're going to put it in the rundown. So yours gets live game reps where he plays Tampa. I mean, listen, I'd be happy with either team, to be honest, because it's like I like both teams. I like the Buccaneers. I like the Panthers. I think it'd be all right. Here we go. Which of those 2 teams, Brandon, has the best shot of winning a playoff game? The Buccaneers or the Panthers?
You know what? I'm going to say Carolina because they beat the Rams. They beat the best team in the NFC.
Sure.
And when the Bucs were losing all those games, they were losing to playoff teams. So yes, the Bucs have the talent. Baker Mayfield is a gamer. You've got just a tough receiving group to defend. I love Bucky Irving.
Sure.
But the Panthers have already done it. So I'm going to fuck it and say Panthers.
There you go. Yeah. I think if they go up against, like, let's just say the 5 seed is Seattle, right? That's tough. Yeah, maybe Carolina. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I feel like
the answer should be Tampa Bay, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Hey, there you go, Viking. Try and do it. We have a bunch of different playoff scenarios. So talking about the Denver Broncos, who already clinched a playoff spot, they could clinch their division this week. So if they wind up winning and the Chargers wind up losing or the Patriots wind up losing.
Denver clinches AFC West division title and the AFC's number 1 seed. Oh, wow. I didn't know we could clinch the 1 seed if we won.
Yeah, you have to. So the one is you have to win Chargers, Patriots, and Buffalo have to lose.
Oh, yeah. I didn't read further than that.
No, it's all
like that. I was in my head like that doesn't make sense because we only have one more win than the Pats. Okay,
correct. So you have to win. Chargers have to lose. Patriots have to lose. Bills have to lose. If you want to win the division, you have to win. Chargers have to lose.
Oh, okay.
So those are the 2 scenarios. So it's going to be unlikely, I would say, that you're going to get the number 1 seed this week, but it is possible. We're already starting to talk about it.
Get a win this week, get a win next week. That's all you got to do, Denver. And then final week, you can do whatever you want.
Besides spaghetti, what meal would you put in a bag to bring to a football game?
Soup.
Corn chowder.
Mom, spaghetti, it's in a bag and I'm taking it into the game.
But then you cut the corner so that it just like falls into your Yeah. Soup is good. Bills, they can clinch a playoff berth, so they have to win, and then either the Colts or the Texans have to lose. I don't care about the ties. So Buffalo has to win, and then either the Colts lose or the Texans lose. Bills are in the postseason.
There you go, Buffalo.
I feel like the Bills, after this weekend, are getting a whole lot of hype right now because not only did they beat the Patriots, right, that insane victory, but the fact that the Chiefs are not in the postseason, I feel like the media is running with that. And it's like, is this the easiest path to the playoffs that Josh Allen has? So who knows, man? If they can get hot at the right time, man, and they can like win these last few games.
Yeah. The problem for Buffalo is their defense can't stop the run to save their fucking life.
It's a little bit of an issue.
So like, yeah, Buffalo, if you think the only thing has stopped them from getting to the Super Bowl is the Chiefs, and you're not wrong if you say that. I just like, and I would love for the Bills to go to the Super Bowl if the Broncos aren't doing it. But I think this version of the Bills right now is more flawed than their recent playoff teams. So
last year, 100%.
That's what worries me about Buffalo. But the Bills, I think the Bills have learned that they can run the ball as good as anyone. Sure. And if you can do that and control the clock in a game, sure, they've got a shot.
I'm very aware that he did that. Yeah, we talked about that on Sunday. Yeah.
I agree with you that like even if the Chiefs were in the playoffs, this would be the easiest year to beat their ass.
Sure,
but
sure. Yeah. Patriots win and they're in the playoffs.
Boom, easy.
So
this is a tough game, unless the Ravens turn into the team they were 2 weeks ago.
So because I was going through and making my picks before recording predictions. I got to do that after the show. And I literally was stuck on that game. I'm like, being played in Baltimore, Patriots coming off a rough loss. And I was like, the Ravens just shut them out. They're looking good. Oh, wait, it wasn't that long ago that they were complete and total ass. So it's which version is going to show up. Because the pass rush for New England was non-existent against Josh Allen. And so it's like, okay, what is Drake May going to play better? Because he didn't have his best game on Sunday.
Yeah. I think Baltimore can run the ball well enough to beat the Patriots. But I think the Patriots are still the better football team. So, but yeah, just a win this week for New England. And they're going to be a playoff team no matter what.
Correct. T-Mac has a question for you, Perna.
Ciao. How much for a meatball? Let me find it. Where is our meatball clip? Meatball? You want a spicy meatball?
I don't think we have meatball anymore.
Here. I'll fix it.
Okay.
I'll fix it.
Oh. Now we're in Prize Picks. Oh, no.
Meatball. Got it.
I'm ThatsGoodSports. I'm Brandon Perna. You got me, Prize Picks. You finally got me. Oh, okay.
What's my code?
There we go. Davis Mills backup, keep or trade. If you can keep him, I keep him because you have a quarterback that you know can win you football games.
Yeah, good backup. Those are hard to find.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
All right, so Patriots win.
Tim Boyle's always out there somewhere.
That is true. Or if the Colts or the Texans lose, the Patriots get in. So the Patriots technically can lose, but as long as the Colts or the Texans lose, the Pats are in too. So they have kind of like one of the easier ones. They don't even have to win necessarily this week. So have a good shot to make it. Jaguars. So they're going up against the Broncos. They got a big old game. They win.
So like last week, the story for Denver was if they beat the Packers, then I think people would understand that the Broncos are a good team and it's not like some fluke, right? I think the Jags are kind of in the same position right now where everybody right now I think is starting to go, oh, the Jags look like they're pretty good. Trevor Lawrence playing great. Offense firing on all cylinders. And they've had a couple nice wins. It was like 5 weeks ago or whatever when they kind of kicked the Chargers' ass. But if they beat Denver this week, they are going to get the same treatment the Broncos are getting this week where everybody's like, this team is dangerous. And if they get in the postseason or when they're in the postseason this year, like, watch out. So this win for Jacksonville, if they can get it, will be huge for the narrative. And if the Broncos win, then we're just going to the Super Bowl.
And the Jaguars, they need to win and they need to have their division rivals lose. Yeah. So if they win and the Colts lose or the Texans lose, the Jaguars clinch a playoff spot, not the division, but they get it. They get into the dance.
And the same thing has happened for Jacksonville with like their uptick. It's because alongside Denver, Bo Nix and Trevor Lawrence over the last month have just played really good football.
Yeah.
And like, if they keep doing that against good teams, then yeah, they're dangerous because, well, let me look at the Jags schedule.
Hayden, that's a good question. Who do you see missing the playoffs? The Packers, Bears, or Lions? I think the Bears have the toughest schedule ahead of them just because they're playing really good teams. Like they're playing the Packers, then they're playing the 49ers, then they're playing the Lions. So like that schedule sucks. The Packers, I don't know who they're going to, like what that defense is going to look like. And so they got the Bears, they got the Ravens, and then they finish off with the Vikings. The Lions, I think, have the easier schedule. So they have the Steelers. So they go up against Aaron Rodgers again. We'll see if Kirby Joseph is back. Then they got the Vikings, who they already lost to, and then they got the Bears. So
we'll see what the Packers look like on defense without Micah.
That's what I want to see.
That's what's tricky.
Correct. So I feel like based off of schedule, the Bears have the toughest road, even though they're currently in the driver's seat right now. Yeah. But if the Bears are able to win, then they're rocking, Yeah. So I feel like maybe the Lions, but they have the easiest remaining schedule.
Yeah. The Lions are in the worst spot right now.
Unless the Packers suck ass, and then that's it.
But back to the Jags here for a second.
Already cursed.
Their last 7 games, okay? November 2nd, like the Broncos, struggle to beat the Raiders. Had to go into overtime to beat the Raiders 30-29.
Sure.
Then they got the Texans the next week. They lost to Houston. But then they beat the Chargers 35-6.
Yep.
Then it's a 27-24 victory over the Cardinals, a 25-3 victory over the Titans, a 36-19 victory over the Colts, and then a 48-20 victory over the Jets.
Yeah.
And that was a Colts team without one Phillip Rivers, of course. And that's the one Daniel Jones got hurt. But
yeah,
good win over the Chargers. I would say solid win over the Colts. But then the games against, the Cards, the Titans, and the Jets, you're like, yeah, you should win those games.
Sure.
But that's what good teams do. They win the games they're supposed to.
Sure.
They beat a couple good teams, and they're playing their best football. The Broncos are playing their best football. Like, this game is going to be fun, and it's a litmus test for both teams at this point.
If the Jaguars can beat the Broncos, we are talking about the Jaguars of like, like they are damn good. So Trevor's been playing his ass off, man. I mean, like, he hasn't thrown any interceptions in 3 weeks now. No, he's been playing well. So,
and what's kind of come out this week about the Broncos and their victory over the Packers is they really changed up how they run and call their offense through the course of a game. So to try and have the Packers wear out a little bit, Sean Payton, because he likes to change personnel like every play. And it's like why there was this struggle for the Broncos with delay of game penalties, like all this other stuff.
Sure.
So they changed it. They kept similar personnel on the field. They called their plays quicker, and they did that against Green Bay, and it was successful. And now you're playing another team that has a very good defense, and I'm just curious to see how the Broncos are going to navigate that with the Jags.
Chargers, and also Chargers question too. So the Chargers, they clinch a playoff berth if they win. And again, a lot is depending on the Colts and the Texans. If either one of those teams lose and the Chargers win, they are in the postseason. What would have to happen for the Chargers not to make it? I think the Chargers would have to lose and the Colts would have to win out, right? Because I think that's their biggest competition right now in the AFC. Because I think that we look at the playoff picture.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Just going.
I can bring it up.
Previous thoughts. Hold on. Yeah, so right now the Chargers are at 5. So there really is only, the Ravens technically could, but I think the Ravens and Steelers, there's just going to be one of those teams that's going to make it. The Colts would have to win the rest of their games, and I think the Chargers would have to lose them.
Yeah, they got to lose.
So they don't have an easy schedule, the Chargers, but I think that they should be able to at least win.
Did the Colts and Chargers play this year?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
Let's see. Let me look at the Colts schedule.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, the Colts beat the Chargers. So I think the Colts have the tiebreaker over the Chargers.
38-24, yep. So, I mean, the Chargers are playing the Cowboys, who have a 1% chance to make the playoffs. So, yeah. Then they have the Texans. Then they have the Broncos. But as Perna has been talking about, if the Broncos already clinched that number 1 seed, which is very possible, then that game might be meaningless, and the Chargers might be able to get into the postseason because Broncos aren't playing their starters.
Yeah, just the way the Chiefs and Broncos shook out last year, but Denver's got to win the next 2 for that to happen.
There you go. That's true, Perna. People have some talking about that. That'd be an off-season video. The paths after 70-20.
Yeah.
Just splitting in the wood.
Yeah. No, that is a good off-season video.
It's a good one. Yeah, because Colts, 20-something% chance to win right now. All right, let's go to the NFC now. So the Rams already clinched their playoff berth. So now we're talking about the Eagles. Eagles win, they clinch the East. Cowboys lose, they also clinch the East. This is the easiest scenario because, again, the Cowboys have a 1% chance. The Eagles would have to lose out. The Cowboys would have to win out. And even then, I think that there's some funky math that would have to be done. But yeah, Philadelphia, it looks like, who they playing? They got, I just wrote this down. They got the Commanders without Jaden Daniels. They should be able, that's on Saturday. They should be able to win. And I think they'll be back-to-back NFC East division winners, which has not happened in a long time.
I was just thinking last night of how disappointing the NFC East was this season.
Sure.
The Eagles will win it, and they have been disappointing. The Cowboys look like they had a spark for a while. Disappointing. Commanders, terrible this year. Giants, worse than terrible. Well, but they're like, hey, maybe we found a quarterback. I thought this would be a really competitive division this season. It just sucked.
Yeah, it's not. And the way that the Eagles are winning it is not great either.
What's more surprising, the way the NFC East played out or the AFC North?
I didn't think the AFC North was going to be this bad. The NFC East, I was like, okay, well, because we kind of expected a Commanders drop off a little bit. Cowboys, especially after they traded Micah Parsons, I was like, oh, I don't know if they're going to be good at all. So yeah, I'd say AFC North. I mean, because Burrow getting hurt, the Ravens haven't looked great. The Steelers, we kind of anticipated. And Cleveland, I think we thought would be better than this, at least. We were wrong.
Yeah.
Chandler, I can't have either of those things, so I'm the way wrong person to ask. I've never had blue cheese or ranch because it would kill me.
Oh, blue cheese.
Yeah, Perna loves blue cheese, though.
That ranch can suck my butt, man.
Yeah.
Ranch.
Yeah, and like I said, they'd have to lose out, and then I think the Colts would have to win out for them to miss the playoffs.
That makes sense.
Bears and Packers. So obviously they are playing each other on Saturday night. Very important game. If the Bears win, Lions lose, Bears clinch a playoff spot, not the division. Same thing with the Packers, though. Packers win, Lions lose, Packers clinch a playoff spot. So it doesn't, get them the division or anything like that. And we still got to rely on the Lions to lose, and they're going up against the Steelers on Sunday. But very, very important game for both teams. We're about to see how we're about to see, because both, I think, Rome Odunze and Luther Burden were also they didn't practice.
Ooh.
But the Packers, they got, I think, like 16 people on the injury list. It is not great. It's not good at all. Hey, Chan, man. Congratulations.
Oh, congrats. Advice? No.
All right. There you go.
No, it'll come natural. It is the best. It is the best. Get through the first year. The first year is the toughest when they're a baby and they don't do anything. Once they start doing some shit, buckle up because your heart will be overwhelmed with joy.
Also, if the Packers and Bears tie and the Lions lose, both the Packers and the Bears clinch a spot.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. So we could go for a tie.
Yeah, Bears, you got to go into Chicago. That is a
tough game.
A nice game.
That's going to be a tough game.
Saturday night. I forget about the Saturday.
Yeah, dude, I'll be working until the end of January because it's Saturday games all the way through now.
Stupid ass NFL.
Packers got back-to-back Saturday primetime games. Let's go. All right, so that's Packers and Bears. 49ers, they win, they're in. They clinch a playoff berth with just a win, or if the Lions lose. So Lions losing, because that's really for that last playoff spot there in the NFC. That's a big game against the Steelers. So they are literally playing for their playoff lives, because I think the Lions have just under 50% chance of making the postseason right now. So that's a big one. If there was a fantasy draft to reset the NFL, who would be the number one overall pick?
Right now? A fantasy draft?
So I imagine
the number one pick? Probably
it's a quarterback.
Probably Bo Nix.
I don't think it's going to be Bo
Yeah,
Nix.
I think it would be Bo Nix.
I mean, I would assume it's going to be like
Josh Allen?
Allen, maybe.
This week, I would say Josh Allen.
Yeah, exactly. It changes from week to week.
Josh Allen would be number one. Maybe Joe Burrow. You could argue for Joey.
Darter, listen, at this point with Micah Parsons I just want to make the playoffs, man. And then from there, we'll see what happens. Who they play, that's not in my hands. I just want to see the Packers finish the season strong. And who knows, man? Let's see what they look like on Saturday. So that's why the Packers for me are an honorable mention, because I don't know what that defense is going to look like. So, but I'm sure we'll see the NFC West again. Great. And then final one, the Seahawks. So the Seahawks obviously are playing tomorrow night against the Rams in the highly anticipated rematch. Seahawks win, they in. Again, not clinching the division because, of course, the Rams already clinched a playoff spot. Seattle wins and are in. And if Detroit loses this week, the playoffs are basically filled in for the NFC. They need to figure
that's
out
crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah. So,
and the Niners get the Colts, so they got to go through Phillip Rivers to clinch.
Spaghetti, it works. I saw that soda opening and it froze. Are the Niners a pretend team? No, I think the Niners are a well-coached team, and what they've been able to do with all those injuries is impressive. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team, but who knows, man?
Brock Purdy's starting to play some really good football. So he had that weird 3-pick game against the Panthers, right?
Yes.
But he's been very good. He was great this week. If your quarterback's playing very good, you got a chance. Their offense is healthy, so that's nice. Defense last in sacks, but they're not the worst defense out there. So it's crazy that the Seahawks and the Niners, if they both win the 3 of the NFC West teams will all be clinched in the postseason. So
yeah. Perna got a question here.
Perna-san, if you need someone to blame for you not being treated to a free trip to the DD Super Bowl, you don't have to look far. Go Broncos. The Double D Super Bowl?
Daredevil, designated driver, Dunkin' Donuts.
Who am I blaming?
Dudley Do Right.
I'm confused.
Dudley Do Wrong.
Someone to blame for you not being treated to a free trip to the Super Bowl. You don't have to look far.
I did nothing.
You want to blame Tom?
Maybe. Denver, Detroit. Oh well. Odds Rodgers plays another year. I think if they
sounds like he's having fun. I think he's playing
the AFC Championship game. I think he comes back. Wins a playoff game. I think that increases a little bit, but I'm not 100% sold. But if they go to the AFC Championship game, I think that he comes back.
I think it's just if they get in the playoffs, he'll be back.
In 2021, I'm old. I graduated in 2012 from New Paltz.
Like watching the difference between like Aaron Rodgers throw and Phillip Rivers throw. I'm like, yeah, Rodgers can play for a while if he wants to.
Yeah. So I think there's potential. He's just got to win some playoff games, and I think that increases the chances. So.
Plus, he gets a rest play every time they do the tush push. So
he's like, you know what, guys, I need a breather. And it's like, it's 1st and 10, Aaron. You're just like, send the tush push out.
Send it out.
We're fine. So tomorrow, Brandon, we get one of the best Thursday night football games. I think it's the first Thursday night football game with teams with like 10 plus
11
wins.
Plus wins.
11 plus wins.
11 or more. Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you got tomorrow?
Man.
Gods, I believe in you.
I think I'm going to take the Seahawks for an upset.
Ooh.
I think.
Okay.
And it's just because they played the Rams really well. I think Puka's going to get the Aiden Ross curse.
There you go.
It's going to come down to whether or not the Seahawks can slow down the Rams' run game. Yeah, I'm just going to...
Tyron and Corum.
Well, but here's the thing. Here's what Sam Darnold's nightmare is the Rams, right? Like that's he's got to play well. I'm going to go he's going to not perfect. He's going to play better than he has the previous 3 times he's met the Rams.
Yeah. I agree with that, Otto. 100%.
Yeah,
I feel like the Rams, even though there was like that Parkinson no touchdown, called touchdown, whatever, like the Lions defense could not stop them. And I know they're banged up right now. The Rams had a more impressive win on Sunday against a quality opponent. And I feel like while the Colts, still hanging around, don't get me wrong, the fact that the Seahawks could not score a touchdown on the Colts gives me a little bit of concern. Just a little bit.
Well, yeah, the Rams defense is better than Indy's.
So yeah, I'm a little worried.
Yes, yeah, well, Sean McVay had a baby on Monday.
Yeah.
Short week. Like in terms of timing, that's a terrible timing of a baby to come.
Micah
on a
Parsons
Monday when you got a Thursday night football game.
Good, Dan.
Sean ain't sleeping at all this week. I don't know if that affects him or not, but Or if that gives them extra dad strength and they kick the shit out of the Seahawks. I don't know.
They might. He might have that dad strength.
This is a tough one. It's gonna be a fun game though.
Yeah, I think so. They could. The Panthers definitely could. They're gonna put him right in the chair and say, "You sit right there and you watch."
And they'll bring Aaron Rodgers over too, so he can watch.
That's true. That's right. Charity stream.
Damn.
8-hour charity stream. We'll be streaming during the Eagles Commanders game and of course the Packers Bears game this Saturday. Let's go. One more time. We're gonna raise some money. 18-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow night, and being played in Seattle.
We're supposed to have 90-mile-an-hour winds here.
Are you?
Today.
Any particular reason, or just another day in Colorado?
Just another day.
That's fair.
Like we may be shutting down the power today. Starting.
I lost my internet randomly yesterday, so that was cool. I love you, Spectrum. If there is a company that it fills my heart with joy, it is Spectrum Internet. Oh, it's so good.
Spectre.
It's so good. Hernan, what do you got coming out today?
Power rankings.
Power rankings.
Power rankings.
What scripted came out last night, rankings came out last night, predictions will come out tonight. So, and Perna, just so you can learn for the future.
Uma Musume.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like that word. It's too tricky.
That's right.
We've seen it. We've seen it in our Patreon hangouts.
But folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again on Friday. We only got 2 Thursday night weeks left.
Woo!
And it's all done. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you reached your destination.
Where are you?